Hello, good morning, students. Please subscribe the channel, drop a like, share, and comment. This is Shree Vishnu Art Press Publications, exercise number 9 and 10 on the speed of 90 words per minute. Start. The last question is whether on merits the suspension order is liable to be set aside or not. In view of the findings recorded by us that the suspension order was passed in violation of principles of natural justice, it is not necessary to examine whether the order suspending the license of the petitioner was in accordance with government orders, but since the additional chief standing counsel has vehemently attempted to defend the order on merits, we consider it necessary to examine the correctness of the suspension order in brief. The petitioner's fair price shop license or agreement has been suspended. The suspension order does not disclose that any opportunity of hearing was given to the petitioner. It appears that Subdivisional Magistrate Bareilly, on the basis of oral complaints of the village, got an inquiry conducted against the petitioner on 27/5/2005, and in the inquiry it was found that the shop was closed and rate board was not put outside the shop. The fair price shop licensee was charging rupees 12 per litre in excess of the scheduled price of kerosene oil, which was violation of condition number 24 GA of the license or agreement. In the inquiry, ration cards were also inspected, and it was found that every month kerosene oil was not properly distributed. Sugar was also not properly distributed to persons who were below the poverty line, which was violation of condition number 3 GHA of the license or agreement. The shop of the petitioner was suspended and attached to another fair price licensee, Devendra Kumar Pathak. It is also not clear that if the shop was closed at the time of inquiry, then from where this fact was revealed that the petitioner was charging rupees 12 per litre in excess of scheduled price of kerosene oil, and from where the ration cards were inspected by the inquiry officer. The impugned suspension order does not disclose that any show cause notice was issued to the petitioner to submit his reply as to why the petitioner's license may not be cancelled. According to learned counsel for the petitioner, on the basis of such vague allegations, license or agreement of the petitioner could not be suspended. Normally, we would have directed the petitioner to avail alternative remedy of appeal, but we find from the show cause notice that almost all the charges are absolutely vague without giving any specific instance and without mentioning any material on the basis of which each of the charges is proposed to be proved against the petitioner. For example, when charge number 2 says that distribution according to entitlement of ration card holders has not been made every month, the notice should also have indicated when and to which card holders has not been made every month. The notice should also have indicated when and to which card holders distribution was not made. Similarly, when charge number 4 says that kerosene oil is being sold at the rate of rupees 12 per liter, it should have been disclosed when and from which person such extra value was charged. In order to perpetuate himself in the society and in the institution, being fully aware of the fact that he was going to attain the age of superannuation and his secretaryship would also automatically come to an end, an attempt was made by him to get his age extended and on the strength of the same to continue as secretary of the society. After attaining the age of superannuation, principal of the institution is not at all entitled to continue as secretary. Specific mention has been made that petitioner number 2 was secretary by virtue of being principal, who happens to be an ex officio member, and once he attained the age of superannuation as principal, then he could be elected as secretary only when he was valid member of the society, but at no point of time he had ever been enrolled as valid member of the general body of the society. This specific statement of fact has not been disputed in the rejoinder affidavit. Once this is the factual situational in respect of status of petitioner number 2 as principal of the institution has already attained the age of superannuation, and this fact has not been substantiated before this court as to in what way and manner he had been enrolled as member of the general body of the society, then legitimately petitioner number 2 has no grievance. The bishop who had accepted the request to act as chairman along with petitioner number 2 has already washed his sin by resigning and submitting letter on 29/7/2010 regretting therein his deeds. These averments have been mentioned in paragraph 4 of the counter affidavit, and said specific averments have not at all been replied. It was also highlighted and demonstrated that there was no quorum in the meeting held on 28/5/2007 in which amendments had been carried out. It is seen that 4 officers and 5 members of the society were present in the meeting. One ex officio member and 4 members were absent, and there were total 14 members of the society. In the special general meeting held on 28/5/2007, only 9 members were present. Therefore, according to Rule 38 of the rules, At least 10 members were required to be present at the special general meeting held on 28/5/2007. In the absence of quorum laid down by Rule 38, neither the amendments could be passed in the special general meeting of the society, nor could the amendments made be registered by the assistant registrar. The above details, as noted in the order of the learned single judge, clearly show that there was no quorum in the meeting held on 28/5/2007 in which the amendments had been carried out. After saying so, the learned single judge correctly concluded that in such a situation and in this background, any interference with the order of the assistant registrar would amount to perpetuating the illegality and subscribing to apparent illegality committed.